Today we'll be taking a look at a scenario where Swansea got sorted. In the last episode, we saw, I'm just going to get into the episode. So we're going to be taking a look at the French Civil War. It's changed quite a bit. More rebellions. The older rebellions were destroyed, and new rebellions pop up. And these two are going to be connecting. And, well, it does not good look for France as the Republic is getting destroyed. They want their democracy back, but they are getting aid by Romans and Iberians. Sorry. The French aren't really doing anything about it. Until the king finally announces that he's going to be drafting literally every single person that they think is a good fit for this. So they're literally just drafting teenagers and random old men and adults, which is kind of dumb and tragic because they don't want to do that. The French are going to do no resistance as these people that they draft were not a good idea. As their influence gets stronger and they spread and these two connect and they do eventually cut off the country. It is stopped and we do see a little bit of resistance going over here. This one we see quite a bit of resistance as they are arresting and killing people, and this one is eventually taken out, leaving with just one big blob. But we're going to be taking a look away from that, and we're going to be going a little up north over here. 2 episodes ago, we saw a war between these two countries, which Ireland did win, as they were fighting over Wales, but they didn't get Wales, and instead they got this piece of Scotland, which gave England this ex-slave, this Scottish ex-slave. But now the Irish want the ex-slave, and they're like, no. So they're going to be declaring war on the Irish, and the Irish were not prepared, and they storm through. They go over here, and, well, they take this out. They make a landing down south over here, and it spreads, and, well, immediately captures the capital. Well, not immediately. It did take a couple of weeks. And it's just spreading around. We see them going down south over here. Also, an earthquake happened over here in Iceland, which affected Norway population, killed almost half of the population over here in Iceland, and it sent a humongous tsunami over here on the coastline of Ireland. So that kind of had to stalemate this war. And then now that everything is recovered and stopped, these guys can now start finally. Their main goal is to cut off the country, which they basically already did, but they're actually going to officially cut off the country, and they surrender, and we're going to be taking a look at this peace treaty. In this peace treaty, we can see that the Irish lose Northern Ireland, and this is what they initially wanted. They didn't want the southern part, so Yeah, also Ireland wanted Wales, but they're not going to be getting anything. And the British get their revenge, kind of looking like the actual British. Um, Over here, there I put a Russian country because I can, and they're gonna actually be doing some expanding, meeting up with the Ukrainian country as well as the Swedish, and the the Sweden colony. Sorry about that. The Russians expand, meet up with Finland, the Ukrainians, and the Swedish. We also see them moving up north, over here. Over here we see more exploration going on into Asia. We see them initially meeting up. We see them meeting up with the Russians, which is quite a big deal for them, I guess. And we see more exploration. But then we finally see them deciding to explore more into India, building monuments, and, well, yeah, tons of things. So they basically explore all of India, and then we're going to be taking a look as well as Sri Lanka, and now we're going to be taking a look at the new civilization. This civilization is going to start probably in southern India, and they may expand a little bit. No, that looks ugly. And they may expand a little bit like that, and maybe go like right here, and then I'm just going to keep like this. I know initially it looks weird right there, but yeah, they also take Sri Lanka. So. After this new Indian country formed, they are going to explore more of the world, and they finally reach up with a lake that they've been where it doesn't connect. So they meet up with these two lakes, which gives them another water source, even though they got this huge one right here, another one right here, the Persian Gulf, the Mediterranean, the Caspian, and the Black Sea. But no, they decide to use these. Now you're being wondering, why isn't there like 10 more countries forming? Well, because I can. Okay, so we're gonna be taking a look at a new nation. This nation is gonna be pretty weird, actually. They're gonna be this light page color, and they're probably. I'm just gonna put them around these. Actually, they're gonna be near the lake. Actually, I'm just gonna do that. Yeah, this is very hard to see. I'm for sure gonna change this color. Actually, I'm not even gonna put this country here. I'm actually gonna put it somewhere else because it's not looking good. I'm gonna put them here in the Caspian Sea. This one looks better. And they're gonna be, yeah, they can go down right here. So yeah, that's about to where they expand. We see the Turkish expanding, meeting up with the Orange country. They're not gonna expand. Actually, that does not look good. There's them here. This is gonna be more of an exclave like Azerbaijan's, but they're not gonna meet up because if they did meet up, this is gonna look freaking weird, and I don't want that. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give them a little exclave in the mountains. So yeah. Now we're gonna be taking a look at this war. This war is gonna be between quite a bit of countries. This war is gonna be between Poland, the Orange country, and this Central European country. Now, this country was formed out of Poland and Bulgaria, but Bulgaria has some good relations with this country, but they're not going to get involved with this war because they do not want to deal with this as well as this. Well, they could easily destroy Poland as they have good relations with the Square Alliance. So, but now we're going to be taking a look at this war, and the first one to act is going to be Poland. Poland is going to storm through this country. Now, you might think this country is going to hold no resistance into both of these countries. Well, you're wrong because they're absolutely going to push all of their might into these two countries, trying to defend themselves, getting really close to the Polish capital. This country is very underrated in strength. They push into the Orange country like it's literally nothing. This country is not playing around with these bigger neighbors. This country, after this war, is probably going to become one of the strongest countries. This country is pushing through, and Bulgarians are like, yes, sir, but they aren't going to get involved because this country has somewhat good relations with Turkey, which is kind of dumb because they're kind of rivals, as well as the Russian, which they do not want to mess with, even though they can't get through them. If they want to go through here, they need permission from the Turkish. If they want to go through here, they need permission from... But this is just dumb because you gotta go through here. And if you somehow got past here, you're gonna have to go through the Norwegian military. This little passage is owned by the Iberian countries, so that's no go. So yeah, Poland surrenders. The Orange country is gonna sign a peace treaty, so that's what we'll be taking a look at. Okay, so let's just do this. Oh, that is not what I want to do. So in this peace treaty, we are going to see the Central European country take that part of them, and we're going to see this country taking this piece of land as well as this piece of land. So yeah, after... Oh, no, I'm just going to give them this. But this country is going to join... Wait, before I do that, let me just... Ooh, that's 13 minutes. Okay, so this will be probably the final round of this episode. This Central European country is going to join the Square Alliance. If I can even do that. The reason they joined is because these four countries found interest into this country, so they're gonna sign an alliance, and they're now in the alliance. These countries are probably the strongest countries in the world. Turkey is up with them, but they're not in an alliance. So trading and economy isn't as good as these countries, but it is just as good. This is gonna be the end of the episode. Thank y'all for watching. Capitals in the next episode. See y'all later.